just to clarify the situation. So what you been up to? It's the Kak M C SHOW.
Hey, we're back. Not that we've been before.
Won't be anywhere. Everybody's wondering where we were. I was busy, and well, what have you been up to?
Well, a couple of weeks ago I was taking a friend for their driving test.
Oh right, yeah.
Because as you know, I used to be a driving instructor.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah, well, he wanted his test doing quickly, so it was actually on the 2nd of July. I was actually in the car with him on the way to have a lesson before the test when I got the information that the Tom's.
I was locked away in my electronics lab.
Yeah. Well, so I got the guy to drive over to Tom's, and I spent an hour there. Got there about 10:30, stayed there till about 11:30. Then we had to go for his test, which he wanted it so desperately. He actually had to have it in Nuneaton, which is like an hour down south.
Yeah, I know Nuneaton.
So we went down to that. Got there and it had been cancelled. He'd not checked his email, so we had to come all the way back.
Oh, okay.
We got back about 4 o'clock-ish. Then I went and back over to Tom's. Spent another hour there before we left. And although there were a lot of trolls, shills, and agents out there saying I'd been arrested, and all
what
sorts
would you be arrested
total
for? You've not done
rubbish.
anything wrong, have you?
I know. No, I was giving someone a lesson.
You don't owe £43,000 to anybody, do you?
No. And anyway, so his test was postponed. So he booked it up for a week later over at Colic this time, and he passed.
Oh, fantastic. Well done. You know who you are. Won't say his name.
Yeah, so no, I never got arrested. And
why did you get arrested? I think somebody wants you to be arrested for some reason. They want you spanked and hurt and beaten up and roughed up. I wonder why that is. That's really nice, isn't it, you fellow human being?
Well, let them say what they like.
What are the state of people's minds just recently? So anyway, what happened at Tom's?
They've been planning it for 2 weeks. They got police from Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, Leicestershire, Grantham.
Birmingham as well?
No. Just there. Over 150 cops.
150 cops?
Yes, yeah. 40 to 50 bailiffs. They were brought. 40
to 50 bailiffs?
Except they weren't bailiffs, they were door staff.
This is a bit excessive. Is Tom's property worth billions?
Well, it wasn't worth just the cops' fees for the day. Fees for the day, just for this, the constables was £60,000. The alleged debt was 43,000.
Okay.
So they'd already spent more. But what you've got to understand.
It's the third time they've tried to evict him.
What you've got to understand here is that the banks will spend millions to try and get 10 pence off you because they make money out of thin air.
Hold on, the bank's not spent anything money. So the police, who's paid for by, well, they're a private registered corporation, aren't they?
Yeah, but we pay for them.
Yeah, of course. The slave taxation system.
Yeah. The
slavery pays for the police. So I mean, this operation must have cost more than £500,000.
I would imagine around that much.
Of so-called slave taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
So the bank hasn't cost them a penny.
Well, it's not just that.
Hold on. Am I to understand it that it's cost nearly £500,000 to remove somebody at a bank's property, so they claim, but Tom seems to have paid for it, although we'll talk about that in a minute. So am I to believe that the police are working for Bradford and Bingley?
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're supposed to be our servants.
Well, the other thing they did...
Aren't they?
What this was...
Police, what's going on?
This was a show of force. If you dare stand up to us, this is what you'll get. Because don't forget, the police it's a civil matter. Alleged debt's a civil matter.
Okay.
The police shouldn't even be involved in it. So what the police did was actually unlawful. They stopped men and women that were trying to do the right thing, trying to do the police's job, the job that the police seem to have forgot about, while the police were stopping anyone getting anywhere near the place. So a group of 40 or 50 bouncers could smash the walls down, smash the gates open, smash the back door open, assault Sue, and the police were stopping the public, men and women and children, from being able to see this. This is why they had a row of cops there, then a row of cops there, a row of cops further down, and then another row of cops. It's just ridiculous. But anyone can hire the police.
The police are working for the banks.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It was obvious. You could
Well,
see
this is outrageous, isn't it?
3 helicopters.
What about the police oath? Oh, no, their oath is to
Yes.
Crown and Queen.
Crown and King.
Not to the men and women that live here.
Well, I think it has to be rephrased now. It's now Crown, Queen, and Banks.
Well, it's
But again, no paperwork. Like Guy says, it's dead simple. Get an official warrant, just go to the house, say, are you leaving or not? And Tom says no. They go back to the court, say, look, he's committed breach of the court order, so can we go and arrest him now? Yep, go and arrest him. But no, because there was no paperwork whatsoever.
So the courts just use force against you, the police use force against you.
The head bailiff refused to identify himself as soon as Tom said to him, your name better be on that document, because if it's not, you're committing fraud and perjury.
Well, it's in plain sight.
And as soon as he said that, he turned around and did one.
So a lot of people are saying that when Tom did a video a while ago, when he held up a paper from Bradford and Bingley from 1988,
Yeah.
and he says, where my finger is, and it said, endowment interest only. What does that mean? I thought an endowment is where you just pay it all off and you get a lump sum.
Yeah, well, the endowment policy works in 2 ways. What you do is you pay off the interest, and you have an endowment policy running alongside. So endowment is effectively an interest-only policy, but the endowment policy that runs with it, it's almost like an insurance policy, that you pay as well, and then at the end of the term, you've paid the interest, and that endowment should mature and pay off the original amount, plus, in Tom's case, he was supposed to get 15 grand on top back, so he was thinking, cool, no problem.
Well, that's cleared that up, hasn't it?
Yeah, apart from the fact the bank lost the endowment policy.
Nobody's mentioned that, have they?
Well,
So, and also a lot of people are saying that since 1993, Tom and Sue didn't make any more payments on their mortgage.
this is the funniest load of rubbish I've heard.
You nearly did.
Well, think about it. All you lot out there, think about it.
That's 22 years. If you didn't pay a debt for about 2 months, they'd come and well, they wouldn't arrest you. They'd demand their money back.
According to the trolls and shills and agents,
he didn't pay for 22 years. That doesn't make any sense.
That's just totally ridiculous beyond belief. But that's what these shills and that are putting out, and they want people to believe their story. And
they really don't like you trying to do good, do they?
No. Well, there's certain other shills and trolls out there, and you know who you are, that you could have it banged to rights and prove to them what they were saying was wrong, and they'd still carry on. They've just got so much anger and hatred built up inside them, they can only put out hate.
They say that you've got anger and hatred, but I know sometimes people go out and call each other names, because sticks and stones will break my bones, but calling actually does hurt me. So don't use my name. But I mean, it's always your choice. If you want to call somebody, what is not my name?
Correct.
And it is your choice. But me personally, I come with more of a message of unity and love, and I don't like calling people names.
At the end of the day,
sometimes people become passionate, especially when people are doing things to other you know what.
Unlawfully, illegally.
Well, it's just not very pleasant, is it? So when all of a sudden expletives come out, and you do tend to call people names, unfortunately that can happen in the moment of passion. So what's happened to this planetary game sphere that we're playing on in this particular area of the country, in this so-called parish city?
Well, I think it's become blatantly obvious. I take it you saw the video of the police's actions the day of the meeting on the Saturday.
I've watched every video, and the trolls videos as well, including the guy with his ginger hair. What a joker you are, making all the protesters or so-called friends of Tom look like idiots. You called the police some horrible names.
But strangely enough, he also got behind lines and was talking to them away from everyone else.
Well, it was the troll channel that first put Gingerhead up. He's going, officer, arrest that man, officer. We don't call them officers, they're constables, aren't they? They're not even working
Officer's
for us.
a military term.
Yeah, and he says, I've had a form of racism because he's called me ginger hair or something.
Yeah.
But we've never seen you before, troll. We've never seen you before at any of these gatherings. So who are you? So basically just to come up with one word what seems to have happened on this planet. Right, you say it's a dictatorship, don't you?
Oh, it is.
Well, that can be described as when you're told what to do, and you know if you don't pay your tax, you're forced to go to court, but if you don't turn up at court, then the bailiffs will be called, and then they will use force against you to remove your goods.
Or non-bailiffs in Tom's case.
Or even fake bailiffs. Or even paid for by taxpayers' money, the police who are not working for us anymore. Mm-hmm. Right, a message to the police. Are you honestly, deep within your hearts, doing the job that you think that you're doing, or are you just being told to use force against others in order for people like Bradford and Bingley banks and stuff to steal property off others?
If you want to work out how much it costs just for a constable,
it's about £50 an hour.
It's £50 an hour plus VAT. And that's either armed or unarmed. And then
there was a guy in front of you the other day, policeman, with a taser.
Yeah.
When you and Guy Taylor decided to go on your pub crawl,
yeah.
What did they think you were going to do? Take Tom's house back by force?
Well, I don't know. 3 armed response
units. You just
units.
went for a beer, didn't you?
Yeah, that was it. Just down to
that must have cost 10 or 20 grand, just that operation alone.
At least. Well, like I say, you work out how long they were there for Tom, from whenever in the morning till probably 6, 7, 8 at night. I don't know.
You're probably there.
£50 an hour, 150 cops. Oh, that's a lot of money. It's at least 60
Get calculators
grand.
out.
At least 60 grand. Just cop wages.
Just for one small operation. So anyway, we're going to get to this word now. I've mentioned this before. Totalitarianism. Totalitarian state.
It's what you lot are allowing to be brought in for your children, if your children are left alive.
I guess people that don't know what that word means are either flipping through a dictionary or they're going, excuse me, can you tell us, Kak M C, what does that mean? It's dictatorship of complete subservience to the government, and government means mind control. Mind controllers.
Yeah.
Yeah? What has God got to do with politics and David Cameron? So what's happened to our state of minds?
Oh, we've been brainwashed.
Well, I know what brain laundries are, but it seems I think we've all been victims of mind control.
Absolutely.
And
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.